Hey, so welcome. Just shooting a quick video for Tony from Cherished Little Monkeys in the Facebook group, Marketing Help Small Businesses. That asked some advice. So it's filled in the marketing and social media marketing review on the website, which I'm just checking the affectingpeopleslives.com/marketing review.html if you want a free marketing review. So, so Tony filled this in and just showing a quick video to answer these questions. So, if you don't know me, I'm Scott Campbell, an inspirational marketing strategist from GIEmarketing.com is the marketing agency that I founded and CEO of, and affectingpeopleslives.com is my personal website for my one-to-one stuff. But any of my social media activities will all be through the Scott Campbell brand anyway, so that you know you're dealing and interacting and engaging with me direct. So let's get quickly into Tony, just reviewing her business and giving some help. Cherished Little Monkeys said, so baby keepsakes, 3D castings of feet and hands, lovely stuff. Obviously with 3 kids myself, it's all lovely, and I get that, and it's fantastic. But so first, I want to pick up on the when we go to the homepage, Tony, is the website's really nice, really clean. I love the style and look at it. It really fits with the overall branding you have from your Facebook to your Instagram to your website. Really spot on, really nice, absolutely perfect for the type of market you're in. I've seen a couple, looked at some of your competitors and some real garish ones on it, so I really love the sort of kind of overall branding you have. So well done for that. The logo is fantastic as well. I mean, I like monkeys anyway, and my wife says I'm a little naughty monkey a lot of the times, but I love the monkey with the heart. That's wonderful. So the branding's spot on. One thing I'll just say about your that I made a note about your homepage website is that you've got the rotator thing, whatever, with the images that flip over, and that's awesome. I'm sure there's a technical term that a website guy can put underneath for me in the comments. But that's awesome. I like the fact it keeps it really, for a nice subtle site. It keeps you engaged with it, which is really nice. So that's great. But just sort of kind of, you've got then some text around welcome to Cherished Little Monkeys, which is fine, but then underneath that you've got the box about sign up to our newsletter, and I think this is a real massive opportunity for you compared to your competitors at the moment. I don't think we have any of your competitors in the group, but this is where I'll take advantage of this. First of all, that sign up to your newsletter box needs to be above the text. So I would put it directly above the home, where you say home, in there, and even maybe make it a lot smaller. It's quite a big box that takes up a lot of space in the website, in the height of the website, because a lot of people, when they look at websites, they really go what we call below the line and actually scroll down. So you need that kind of up front and high up there, because a lot more people will see it, for one, but also it's something that none of your competitors are doing. Now there's quite a, you've got some gifts and stuff like that are good price ranges, but your general product is what I would call a higher premium price product. It's not an impulse buy product. So it's something where people maybe they need to see it 2 or 3 times. I mean, the average time that we actually engage with a brand, that something's not an impulse buy, so something high like a washing machine or something like that, you actually have what we call 7 touches. And so it's 7 things. You've either seen their website, you've gone in their shop, you've seen the product elsewhere, you've seen it advertised on the telly. There's only about 7 things that go on that actually before you actually make the buy, and a lot of them you don't even realise you've done it until you think it's an impulse buy. In reality, it hasn't been an impulse buy. And that tends to be for stuff that's obviously more expensive, and because of your premium stuff is more, the castings is more of a slightly higher, and just above that sort of kind of impulse buy mark. Then you need to, what I'd say to you, one of the things is building a relationship with your potential clients, because I always talk about this. There's two things you don't know about your clients in any industry, anything that anyone sells, anything. You do not know the commitment and you do not know the budget of your potential client. And the only way you tend to find that is they go, yes, we'll do it, and they pay you the money. And it's the same thing with shop. They might see it, it just might not be right. They might not just have the money that weekend. They might have seen it and thought, oh, it's okay, I like it, but I don't know if my husband will like it or my wife will like it. And then they see it a couple of weeks later and they go, oh, actually, I really like that. And so you never know what's going to stop the commitment or the budget wise in terms of purchasing. So you need to start thinking about how can you build a relationship, how can you build up a list of potential clients and people that have looked at your website and interested in it, or have a relationship to it, and then so you can build a relationship by sending them more content by email once a week, or once I'd say once every couple of weeks, maybe once a month. Send them some content by email and special offers and stuff like that. So I would move that box slightly higher up above the text to make it a lot smaller so it fits in a lot nicely there. And then also, and even if it fits in that line where you've got the home, where you've got the word home before it goes in the text, even if it fits nicely into there, that would look quite pretty. And I'd also change one thing I don't like is sign up to our newsletter. Now, I'm not going to go at you, Tony Pacific, because you're not the only one. I see this so often, and actually it's very, very active. It's very, sign up to our newsletter. It's like, give me your name and address so I can sell to you and flood you with emails to sell to you. It's not very inviting. What you need is a bit of content that you can give, something of value that you can give to get people to sign up for. Okay, so we're just about to add a new, what we call a lead hook. So something that gives someone some immense value and they give us their name and email address. Something that I'm just about to put on my website is an ebook on how to get clients through LinkedIn. So that's something that rather than sign up to my newsletter, that's actually that's really valuable. And if I know someone signs up for that, I know that they're interested in generating clients. Now, obviously, specifically, that might be they're interested in generating clients through LinkedIn, but I know they're interested in trying to generate clients and doing some sort of marketing with some sort of social media to do that. So think of what you can give of value, and it can even be what you would do as a blog post or something like that. There's something that people will go, yeah, actually, I'm willing to give my name and email address for that, and then because you've got the subscribe button, and then it gives you the opportunity to email them and start building up a relationship. So don't think right now I can sell to them. Just start building up a relationship by sending them a good bit of content, whether it's once a month, once every couple of weeks. I wouldn't go any less than that because it tends to annoy people when you do once every day and stuff like that. But just something of real good value of content. And we talk about that with your Facebook as well, classic. So something that's shareable content as well. So think of something like something that I just wrote off the cuff. Really, so 3 things every parent should know. So something like that, where it's got a bit of tease about it, a bit of a headline grabber. You think, oh, I wonder what that is. I'm prepared to put in my name, my email address to see what that's about, and just make sure that if it is something like that, then it is 3 things that are really valuable, and it's just not a load of rubbish. If it's a load of rubbish, then obviously you're gonna kill that relationship straight away. But just think of what can I tell people that would give them masses of value, and it's nothing to do about my casting. It's something to do with the people, the target audience that are going to buy this stuff. So the mums and dads, and the grandparents, but we'll get onto that in a second. But the mums and dads, what bit of information can I give them that's really valuable to them, and it's good content, So, and then within that first email, that you say, like, here's the information you asked for. Here's also a special offer that we're doing at the moment. So you're given the opportunity to buy, but if they don't straight away, at least you've got that opportunity to keep that relationship going with them. And then once a month, just do a new blog post and then share that blog post to them in your emails as good content. That's what I would do that. No one else in your competitive market is doing that. I've looked at all the ones that are paying for Google ads, and all the ones that are coming up in some of the search engines, about 6, 7 of them coming up with spending money on Google ads and stuff like that. Again, all of their websites, I won't mention just in case they see this video, but they all pretty much the same as you at the moment, where, and a lot of them haven't even got signed up to a newsletter, they've got nothing there. So it means that people go into their websites and just, if they go, you don't know they've visited. You've got his numbers, you don't know who's visited, and if you give them some value, you've got an opportunity of saying at least they're interested in what you like, and it allows you to build up the thing. So no one's doing that. I would definitely spend that. I would put a priority on that because no one else is doing that, and what you want to be looking at is how can you be different from people in your competitive market that are selling the same stuff as you. A lot of the sites are nice, they've got babies on them, so they're cute, they're wonderful, they've got a nice feel to them, but they're very much just go there, have a look at it, yeah it's nice, look at the price, and not too sure, go away. There's no loyalty, there's nothing to come back to you then at that point to say, right, okay, I'm going to have the loyalty there. So give some great stuff, give some great value. It might be effective if you're not good at writing yourself, try and reach out at some of your networking stuff. You go to like mum and babies, there's probably someone you know within your network. There will be someone you know in your network who actually is quite good writing. Is a parent, so they know what other parents are going through, and they can write some blog posts for you. So it might be that you do a bit of a joint venture, a bit of a partnership up with someone about. They can do some writing, some content for you if it's something that you're not good at yourself. So that was the main thing that I wanted to bring up about. Yeah, the other thing I was just sort of saying, because of your high price point, I would really be conscious about where you're spending your time. With the higher price point stuff, I would look at contacting and reaching out to baby clothing boutiques, because obviously it's something that a lot of your stuff you're not going to see on the shelf in Primark or the pound shop and all that, because it's that sort of price point above that. So I would look at sort of kind of the little baby shops, the little baby shop clothing boutiques, and places like that where they already got your target audience going in. It's not something that people are going to go, and spend £1 on that, because so it's a slightly higher price point. So I would really look at that, spending time, go and get them partnerships with, check out some baby clothing boutiques and stuff like that, and try and get your products maybe in some other stores. And then that's the benefit. See, if you drive up your email list through some great content and building that relationship just through great content, quite quickly you'll soon have a number of followers, and you can direct them to your Facebook, and you've already got like 700 likes on your Facebook or whatever, so you can drive them, you can start building that list. If you go to a baby boutique, then a clothing boutique, one of the other things that you'll have as leverage in your favour, rather than you just asking them to put your products out there, one of the other things that you'll have as a leverage is that you'll be able to say to them, well look, we've got this following that we email to once a month, so it can be a bit of give and go. We can maybe do a post, do a bit of content around your products and feature your products, maybe do a photo shoot, something like that, and with some fun photos, and maybe feature your products. So you can do a bit of give and take there with the baby boutiques, which will give you a bit of leverage in that relationship when you're first going, rather than sort of going in saying, look, can you please just stock our stuff so we can sell more, make more money. Actually, this is, if we see an opportunity for our stuff to be within your shop, because it's something that your customers would want, and obviously there'll be a commission or element that they get anyway. But then also what we see is your sort of stuff that you do as a real interest to our sort of kind of following that we have, so we can feature your products and stuff like that. So baby clothing boutiques is where I would really look at out. Just quickly, Facebook stuff, really good content, but I would look at putting some other shareable content on there. So things like we talked about, some maybe once a month do a blog post around some value, whatever you do in your email, also share it out on your Facebook, but something that's shareable. So something like that I just off the cuff, 3 things that every parent should know. It's a sort of thing that everyone would, people would share out onto their feeds and whatever, so your reach gets expanded quite a bit. It's also some great content for things like for other mums and babies groups and stuff like that. So look at what sort of kind of shareable content that can put out, and even if it's maybe so not just pictures about your products, try and mix it up between pictures of your products and some stuff, just some knowledge stuff that would be great knowledge for people to know. Okay, the other thing talk about Instagram quickly, hashtags. A lot of people do this wrong on Instagram. The hashtags should be hashtags that your target audience use, not the hashtags about your product in specifically. So things like you've got, did you write it down? Chelmsford castings. So you've got about Chelmsford castings, hashtag Chelmsford castings. No one else is using that hashtag other than you. When you search for it on all the social media platforms, no one else is using that. So it's kind of really, so don't think about using hashtags that are connected to your product. Think of hashtags that are connected to that your target audience would use. So if you think of some of the higher price point and some of the people that might, where it's a luxury product or something like that, things, you know, you can look at other connected, where your target audience would really be specific about, obviously mums, dads, age group specifically that kind of invest that, newborn babies obviously. So what's the age group now? I don't know offhand, but what's the average age group of first time mums now? Because that might have gone up considering what sort of kind of economic state we've been in. I should imagine that's gone up a little bit. I don't know, but that information would be worth finding out, because then you know what target audience to hit more. Because if that's gone, and actually if that age has gone down, where the average age of a first parent is gone down, then really you might want to be spending a lot of time on stuff like Snapchat and stuff like that. But if that age has gone up, then things like Pinterest come into a big player where you can spend a lot of your time at Pinterest. So, but I think but going back to Instagram, mate, I don't want to give you loads of stuff to do, but at the moment but good information to know. But also, and that's shareable content. Actually finding that out and just doing a blog post around that, a short blog post around that sort of information is really shareable content. So just think out, you know, more about your target audience rather than your product. And again, the same with the hashtags. Hashtags for target audience rather than product. And just lastly, obviously, so you've got Mother's Day and stuff like that, and you've got Mummy and Me, Daddy and Me, which is great, stuff like that. The grandparents is a target audience you shouldn't forget about. For a couple of reasons really. Firstly, grandparents always a nightmare to get them, because they've got everything. I don't know your age, Tony, obviously, but my sort of age group, if you like, our generation above us is and I know I look 21, but I'm actually 45, so obviously the camera can lie a little bit. The generation above us, so my parents, grandparents and so forth, but our generation above us is kind of we're the first generation that are not as wealthy as the generation above us. Most generations, the next generation is more wealthier than the previous generation. So we're the first generation where, because of the economics sort of situations we've been in during our lifetime span, that our generation is not as wealthy as the generation before us, and that's the first time that's happened. And so the generation above us, they've kind of got everything. They're like, you know, like if you think of a 70-year-old male now, like, you know, you think like my parents, they're a lot younger than what their parents were at that age. You know, we're a lot younger than what. If you think about now, I'm 45 now. If you think how I am with technology and phones and stuff like that, I'm a lot younger than what my parents were at my age, and equally, it's, you know, they've got a lot younger. So they're always difficult to buy for, so this could be the sort of thing that's a perfect present for the grandparents who you don't know what to get. Also, the grandparents tend to be the kind of ones that this sort of thing wasn't widely available for when they had children, and also when that generation had children, it was pretty much it was a harder times as well, you know, because of just, you know, after the World War II and stuff like that. So these sort of things were such luxury then and not widely available. They were really costly, so they didn't go and do it. So for them to miss out on not having that for me, for instance, my parents not having that for me, for them to have it now it's widely available for their grandchild, is something that they will love. So that's a market that I would look into, and doing some specific, maybe some content and some stuff, maybe some photography around that, around grandparents, and also maybe a deal, because if you look at your existing client base, the people that have purchased it, I bet the parents of them, the people that bought them, the grandparents have probably go, oh, that's wonderful, you know. And so actually, if you go back to your existing, any clients that you've had in your first year or so of running this business, you could go back maybe to your client base and saying, look, here's a special deal of your you know, that we can actually, especially for the grandparent, and do some framers where, you know, something like that, that's specifically for the grandparent. I think that's a good market to look into. Anyway, Tony, look, there's 20 minutes, blimey, 20 minutes of hopefully some valuable stuff for you and some stuff to get going. Feel free to shoot over any questions if there's anything specifically you want me to maybe expand or you didn't really understand. Watch it a couple of times, obviously, just to go over to make sure. But there's a couple of things there that definitely the signing up thing, not changing it from newsletter to a bit of content, and start thinking of how can I build that relationship up, and look at the grandparents, and maybe look at doing some maybe joint venturing with some baby clothing boutiques and stuff like that. Hope that helps, and yeah, keep in touch.